Alright folks, let's talk about Japan. Land of the rising sun, sushi that'll make you weep with joy, and a really big mountain. No, I'm not talking about your average hill with a superiority complex. I'm talking about Mount Fuji, or as the locals call it, Fuji-san. This ain't just some geographic bump in the road. This is a mountain with more street cred than a Tokyo drift racer. Why all the hype? Well, for starters, it's a goddamn volcano. A dormant one, thankfully, but still. There's something inherently badass about a landmass that could erupt in fiery fury at any given moment. But beyond the geological drama, Fuji-san is steeped in history, spirituality, and enough cultural significance to make your head spin faster than a teacup ride. This ain't just a mountain, folks. It's a symbol, an icon, a giant snow-capped middle finger to the heavens. And trust me, you don't want to miss out on this. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wild, wonderful, and occasionally weird world of Fuji-san. Get ready to have your assumptions challenged, your funny bone tickled, and your wanderlust fired up like never before. Now let's talk about why Fuji-san is considered so damn sacred. I mean, it's not like every mountain gets its own fan club, right? Well, this one does, and it's got a lot to do with the whole gateway to the afterlife thing. See, the Japanese have this belief that Fuji-san is like the cosmic elevator between the earthly realm and the great beyond. They've got gods and goddesses hanging out up there, chilling in their celestial hot springs, probably judging our karaoke skills. There's Konohana Sakuya Hime, the goddess of volcanoes and cherry blossoms. Talk about range. And her main squeeze, Ninigi no Makoto, who supposedly descended from heaven to, well, I don't know, get a better view? Point is, these deities give Fuji-san some serious spiritual clout. It's not just about the big shots, though. Fuji-san is crawling with lesser-known spirits, too. Some are benevolent, others, not so much. Think mischievous forest sprites and grumpy mountain trolls. It's like a Studio Ghibli movie waiting to happen. So, if you're planning on summiting this bad boy, you might want to pack an offering or two. You know, just to be on the safe side. You don't want to be the schmuck who pisses off the mountain gods, trust me on that one. Every good mountain needs a good story, right? And Fuji-san? Well, let's just say it's got more tales than a library full of manga. We're talking epic legends, mythical creatures, and enough historical intrigue to make your head spin. One story claims that Fuji-san sprung up overnight, a result of some divine temper tantrum. Another tells of a heartbroken princess who climbed the mountains searching for her lost love. Spoiler alert, it doesn't end well. Then there's the one about the monk who climbed Fuji-san in a single day, proving his devotion to Buddha. I'm exhausted just thinking about it. These stories, as outlandish as they may seem, are more than just bedtime stories. They're woven into the fabric of Japanese culture, shaping beliefs, traditions, and even art. You see Fuji-san's influence everywhere, from ancient woodblock prints to modern-day anime. So yeah, this ain't just some random pile of rocks. It's a living, breathing legend. And once you know the stories, you start to see Fuji-san in a whole new light. It's like that moment in a movie when the protagonist discovers the ancient prophecy, and suddenly everything makes sense. Now I know what you're thinking. Tony, this is all very fascinating, but what's it got to do with me? Well, my friend, Fuji-san isn't just some abstract symbol. It's a living, breathing entity that has a profound impact on Japanese identity. Think of it as the country's collective subconscious, a giant snow-capped Rorschach test. See, the Japanese have this deep-seated reverence for nature. They see beauty in imperfection, tranquility in the face of chaos. And Fuji-san, with its towering presence and unpredictable nature, embodies all of that and more. It's a constant reminder of the power and fragility of life, a symbol of both resilience and impermanence. This duality is reflected in everything from Japanese art and literature to their everyday philosophy. It's about finding balance, embracing the ephemeral, and appreciating the fleeting beauty of the world around us. And that, my friends, is a lesson we could all stand to learn. So the next time you see a picture of Fuji-san, don't just see a pretty mountain, see a symbol of a culture that values harmony, respects nature, and knows how to appreciate the finer things in life, like a perfectly poured cup of sake. Or a plate of blowfish that won't kill you. You know, the important stuff. Section 5, From Base Camp to Summit, the People's Pilgrimage. Okay, enough with the philosophical mumbo-jumbo. Let's talk about the fun stuff. Climbing this bad boy. Now, before you start picturing yourself scaling sheer cliffs with nothing but a rope and a prayer, relax. Climbing Fuji-san is more of a pilgrimage than an expedition. Every year, thousands upon thousands of people make the trek to the summit, and I'm not just talking about seasoned mountaineers. You've got grandmas power walking past teenagers, businessmen in suits struggling for air, and tourists who clearly packed for a trip to the mall, not a mountain. It's a beautiful, chaotic mess of humanity, all united by a shared goal to conquer Fuji-san. The climb itself is no walk in the park, mind you. It's a steep, grueling slog, and the altitude can really mess with your head. But trust me, the view from the top, worth every aching muscle, every gasping breath. You're literally standing on top of Japan watching the sun rise over a sea of clouds. It's enough to make you believe in the divine. But the best part, the camaraderie. The shared struggle creates this incredible bond between strangers. You're cheering each other on, sharing snacks, and swapping stories. It's like a giant, sweaty, sleep-deprived slumber party. And by the time you reach the summit, you're not just celebrating the view, you're celebrating the human spirit. Section 6. Fuji-san After Dark, Festivals and Fire Ceremonies. Now if you think Fuji-san is a sight to behold during the day, wait till you see it after dark. We're talking festivals, fire ceremonies, and enough mystical energy to power a small city. One of the coolest things to experience is the Yoshida Fire Festival, held every August at the base of the mountain. Imagine thousands of torches lighting up the night, casting flickering shadows on the faces of the crowd. You've got traditional music, dancing, and enough food stalls to satisfy even the most discerning foodie. It's a sensory overload in the best possible way. Then there are the more spiritual ceremonies, where monks and priests perform ancient rituals, chanting prayers and making offerings to appease the mountain gods. You don't have to understand the words to feel the power of these traditions. It's about connecting with something bigger than yourself, tapping into a history that stretches back centuries. And hey, if you're lucky, you might even catch a glimpse of the mythical foxes that are said to inhabit the mountain. They're supposed to be tricksters, these foxes, but also bringers of good luck. So if you see one, don't be afraid. Just offer it some sake and hope for the best. Section 7. So you think you can climb Fuji-san, huh? Alright, tough guy, so you're ready to tackle the beast, huh? Good for you. Climbing Fuji-san is an experience you won't soon forget, but it's not for the faint of heart. This ain't no walk in the park, folks. It's a grueling, multi-hour trek that'll test your physical and mental limits. First things first, you gotta be prepared. We're talking proper hiking boots, layers upon layers of clothing, because the temperature swings are no joke, and enough water and snacks to feed a small army. And don't even think about attempting this without a headlamp, unless you want to become a cautionary tale for future climbers. Next, timing is everything. The official climbing season is short, lasting only from July to early September. And even then, Mother Nature can be a fickle mistress. You might encounter scorching sun one minute and freezing rain the next. So, check the forecast, pack for every eventuality, and be prepared to adjust your plans on the fly. And listen, just because thousands of people climb Fuji-san every year, doesn't mean it's a walk in the park. Altitude sickness is a real thing, folks. So, pace yourself, listen to your body, and don't be afraid to turn back if you need to. There's no shame in living to climb another day. Section 8. Beyond the climb, Fuji-san's hidden gems. So, you've conquered the mighty Fuji-san. You've stood on the summit, gazed out at the sunrise, and lived to tell the tale. Now what? Well, my friend, the adventure doesn't end there. In fact, it's just the beginning. See, the area surrounding Fuji-san is a treasure trove of hidden gems just waiting to be explored. We're talking pristine lakes, ancient forests, and charming villages that seem frozen in time. It's the perfect antidote to the hustle and bustle of Tokyo. Take a dip in the hot springs of Hakone, where you can soak your weary muscles while enjoying stunning views of the mountain. Or hop on a boat and cruise across Lake Ashi, surrounded by breathtaking scenery. And if you're feeling adventurous, rent a bike and explore the Fuji Five Lakes region, stopping at charming cafes and traditional craft shops along the way. And for a truly unforgettable experience, visit the Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Sea of Trees. Now, this place has a bit of a dark reputation, but trust me, it's worth a visit. Just be respectful, stick to the marked trails, and maybe bring a friend or two, for moral support. Section 9. Fuji-san. Your bucket list just called, it's time to go. So there you have it, folks. The lowdown on Fuji-san, Japan's most iconic peak. It's a mountain steeped in history, shrouded in myth, and guaranteed to leave a lasting impression. Whether you're a seasoned hiker looking for your next challenge, a spiritual seeker in search of enlightenment, or just a curious traveler with a thirst for adventure, Fuji-san has something to offer everyone. So what are you waiting for? Book that flight, pack your bags, and get ready for an experience that will stay with you long after you've returned home. Trust me, your inner adventurer will thank you. And hey, if you happen to bump into a mountain god while you're up there, tell him Tony sent you. He'll know what it means.